Hello everybody, it's me, Farham, here with a Crafting Path of Exile 2 video, and today we're going to be crafting up 112 attuned wands, the majority of which are very high tier, level 81 plus ones, so 90 of them are sitting at the 81 plus level, meaning that they can hit the highest tier of the skills we want to hit today, and we're going to be trying to do a bit of profit crafting. So I've purchased all these items, we've recorded the prices of what we've paid for these items. We're going to be going through the craft in stages. I'm going to be talking about it in each stage, and we're going to be seeing at what point we should check out of the crafting process to make profit. We should have enough wands here that I'm hoping that we can hit profit, but I think we'll need a little bit of luck on our side. The margins on this are really, really tight. It's quite a popular craft for quite a popular build. So, what are we actually crafting? Well, we're going to be trying to craft lightning skills onto these wands because it sells really well. Particularly the +5 variant, which can only roll on the level 81s. So let's have a look a little bit at Craft of Exile. I'll just drag this onto the screen and I can show you the percentage chances we've got to hit what we're trying to hit today. So what we're going to be crafting is they're siphoning and attuned ones, but it doesn't matter, they have the same stats. So we'll grab one of these. We've got some that are, we've got 20 that are, we've got 20 that are level 78 to 80. And 92 level 80 plus. So at level 80, they can get, and if we go to lightning, because we're going to be lightning crafting these guys, and we'll talk about that process in a minute. If we hit lightning on these, we can get a couple of things. We can get % increased lightning damage, and which is pretty good. Get that, or we can get lightning skill spells. So we have a 6% chance of getting +4 to lightning of all spells, so over 21s you would expect to see that once, maybe twice if we're lucky. Now if we check out the 81s, this is where things get a little bit interesting. We go up to the 81, we unlock the next tier. We actually have a 2% chance of hitting +5s. Now, if we look at our costs, I've dropped 18 divines on what's in this tab, right? So it was a reasonably expensive amount of bases here. Good number of essences that we're going to be using, but if we look at our profit margins, this is where they are. If we hit +4 to all level of lightning spells by itself, we can probably look to make 15, maybe 20x. There's not many listed without anything else on them. And if we look at the +5, the +5 will hit us back for 7 divines. Now, over that number, we should hit 2, which is going to bring us back about 14 divines. However, we get more bites at the apple than just that. We can also, while they're still in the blue phase, if we hit one of these skills first, like lightning damage or extra lightning damage or lightning damage, we can slam an augment on these, very low cost, not even worth factoring into the spreadsheet. We hit that +5 then, another 7. However, let's go back to Craft of Exile for a moment, take off lightning and look at our chances of doing that. Our chances of doing that diminish massively, because as soon as we augment, we can hit everything. We can only use the guaranteed lightning modifier when we're going from normal magic or magic to rare. Get to that rare phase, we'll talk about that in a bit of detail there. You can see our actual chance of hitting it then is 0.144%. So we'd have to be pretty lucky. That's where we're getting into the realms of luck. So that's the sort of margins we're playing with here. We probably need to craft a couple of decent ones that are going to sell for more than the base 7 to actually break even. But let's get started with the first process anyway, which is trying to craft these first ones. And we'll start with our bad bases. So let's get our inventory ready. We will grab 12 of these ones. We will grab 12 of our essences. Grab a stack of augments. Then we will see. Any trash ones are just going to go in here. We'll just dump them away. Any good ones that we might think about crafting back, we'll put back in here. So let's go with the essences of electricity. So how do these work? Much the same as in the breach ring video, if you did see that. Sorry about some of the misinformation there. The catalysts don't work. What these will do is guarantee that we're going to upgrade to the lightning modifier. So this should give us that 6% chance of getting the +4 lightning skills on these low bases. So let's go through that and see what happens. So lightning damage, extra lightning damage, +3, +2. That's a good roll. See those 100%, that's what we want to see. +3, 42. So we've got no +4s there. And we can already trash off some of these ones. So the ones that are absolutely going to be garbage, the +3, +2, +3. Right, the rest of this one's pretty garbage, but we can try and hit that +4 on it anyway. So Let's augment them up, see what happens. +1. Wrong spell type. No, nothing there. Well, so what we can do, because Regals are quite cheap as well, we can take them up to rare, see if we hit. The ones that have already got plus spells, we just trash off right now. This is literal bin food. The others, this is probably bin food as well. The attribute requirements might be, but we can try. If we hit it, we can maybe sell them again, maybe for a tiny bit. It's going to maybe get us our 15x back. So let's see if we get lucky anyway. Fire damage is about the worst one you can get. +2. And at this point, we would just stop. None of them have... The cast speed's quite nice, but it's not with a high enough lightning damage. If that cast speed was on the 100% one, with some other nice stat, then I might consider slamming some exalts on it, but I would say that all of these, that's it. No more value left in the crafts that we have in our inventory, so that is all trash. Money down the drain. Oh no. Oh no. Are we going to make our money back? So we'll take our last level 78 to 80 crafts, and let's see what we can get with these. So we need another... Put these out. Lightning. Yep, of course it's going to be lightning. +3. Skipped 1. Alright, so we've got some trash immediately. We've got a +3 that's trash and a +1. We're not going to bother crafting on with those. The others we will... The orgs are so cheap, we might as well. But nothing. So, don't chase bad. Just dump it away. Doriani will be pleased with his quandary there. And now we're on to the more expensive bases. So every time we mess up here, it's going to cost us somewhere in the region of about 17x on average. But we got the chance of hitting the big ticket here. So let's get 12 of these bad boys out. And let's get underway. No. Oh, +4. Another +4. +1. +5! You in the corner for later. We're gonna think about what we're gonna do with this. We want to check in after this phase and see where our profit's at. Right, so if we're making a profit, so if we've got these +4s, we're gonna put them down here. And then we're gonna, once we've got through this phase, we'll add them up, we'll see what they look like at the spreadsheet. We should see if we should check out or continue, and then we'll go about the next phase of the craft. We will continue whether we should check out or not, but it's just to sort of do the science, right? So let's oh, got a bit excited there. Let's put our trash away. In the trash ones. So there's that 3. Was there a 3 as well? No. And the rest, although these are low rolls, we should roll the Org and the Regal on here because they're so cheap. On these ones, it just wasn't even worth wasting the Regal, really. Well, I suppose... Do you know what? Let's Regal up all the ones that haven't Regaled. It's a +4, right? I mean, it was kind of a waste of Regals, but there is a +4 here. There probably will not be. No. Okay, so... Right, trash ones are away. Let's see if we can hit +3. So those ones can go away, but we will try our luck with the Regals. Because these bases are expensive. I mean, these are good bonuses, right? Mana we want. Cast speed we want. Those are two things we want, but... Honestly, at this point, you can try slamming X's on them if you're X rich. So this one, okay, it's got... Are there any that are worth slamming X's on? Not really. These are all... Tier 1, Tier 1. Tier 5 cast speed is nice, but not with the Tier 1s. I would say that these are not worth it. So we've got This has got a tier 1 on it. Probably not worth it. It's just the critical spell damage bonus. So I suppose this one's worth slamming 1 on. So we've got increased lightning damage. That's really nice. And we still have 2 open suffixes, which means we could still hit. We could... So plus skill gems is on a suffix, so we can still hit that. So at this point, there are actually 4 things here that mean if we do hit even a +4, we could possibly sell this for divine. 2 divines, maybe. Not great rolls, but 32 per annum. At least it's not life killed. Mana killed is the one that archmages want if they have to take that. So we might as well try our last slam, right? So it's a brick. Without the skill levels on it, it is a brick. That's why you shouldn't really chase that bad. But that is how we take a crappy wand up to the ceiling. But let's put this stuff away in our trash wands and get on with our next bases. Alright, next lot. Ready to go. So we grab our Essence of Electricity. I think I've got enough of those. I hope I do. And then we go for it. +1. +1. Oh, there it is again! Alright. Alright. We're up to 14 divines back. We're not even halfway through our wands. Right. Okay. So, I think you can see the point at which you can probably see at the point at which is going to be good for us to check out. And am I going to come out of this with absolutely nothing? Okay, so there are our trash ones gone. They're the +1 skills, right? They're the ones we should just stop no more investment in. They're going to be worthless no matter what. So, let's sort out our next lot. Bricks. Bricks, of course, being, at this point, with these bases, we see plus skills. That's the brick for us at this stage. We did not, so we keep going. Got good cast speed there. Got a good cast speed there. Extra spell damage with mana there. Extra critical hit chance. I mean, some of these are probably worth... So let's actually take a look here and see if we can determine which ones of these are worth slamming a few exalts on and which are not. So, if we hit really big on one with sort of a couple of tier 3s and a tier 5, like this one, the cast speed is very well sought after. The increased lightning damage is nice. This is probably worth spending at least 1 exalt on. The mana's sought after. That's a high roll of mana at tier 9. I believe it goes up to tier 11. It might be tier 12. We can check on Craft of Exile shortly. Either way, it's a high roll. There's spell damage. That's another sought after. If we hit the Magnum Opus here on our... and hit +4, or even if we hit a +3 here on the lightning spells, that would probably sell for... might not quite reach the divine, but people would use it as their sort of starter weapon. Maybe exalts, but let's have a go. So I hit a +2. I'll tell you what, with those, they are, apart from the crit, every single stat on that is helpful. There's no tier 1s. We could probably sell that for, and I'm talking exalts here. I am talking exalts. It's not going to be a divine, I wouldn't have thought, with +2. But we will actually price check that one at the end, because that's come out not terribly. It's got the correct sort of stats on there, apart from the critical hit chance for spells. That's that could be something better there. But yeah, I mean they're the sort of lines we're looking for. So we'll keep that one around as a reminder of what could have been. So I don't think we waste any time on this one. It's got tier 1 spell damage and a dead attribute. This one's got good cast speed, and the increased chance to shock is fine, right? If we're doing lightning damage, we're probably shocking, so let's... Right, so we've filled the suffixes. That one's dead. It's got 3 full suffixes, so we can no longer hit our lightning gems on this. We should just stop. We stop on that one. This one... increased chance to shock. And, yeah, okay, we can hit 1 on it. Extra lightning damage. Try again. That life per enemy killed has just killed that one. Here we've got 2 open suffixes. fair rolls on the prefixes. And that one's dead. Here we've got just a bad mana roll and a bad lightning roll. That one's already dead. That one's got a bad lightning damage roll and a dead suffix, so that one's already dead. This one's got a terrible spell damage mana roll and suffix in already that's low, so I think those ones are probably not worth spending the exalts on. That's how I'm feeling about those. So these are all trash. All for bin. And we get out some more ones, and we keep going. Right. Get out those essences, right? Those essences. Let's go. Bad roll. +4. 2. +1. +2. +4. +2. So we've got a couple of +4s there. So they are, we know they're about 10x each. So they can go towards our contributing pile at this point. And which ones of these are bricked already? So we've got a +2, +1, +2, and +2. And the rest of them we can, because they're good bases, we should invest this cheap currency. And we should take our gamble, right? It's only a 0.144, but what's it costing us? It's not even costing us an exalt to gamble all these bases, so we might as well. That's the sort of key thinking there. So let's org this. Wrong. Wrong. Keep going. Yeah. Yeah. Terrible. On your marks, get set, terrible. I keep clicking on map adjacent stuff because I've literally just been mapping. This is the first time I've stopped the craft. It's not quite as horrible as I thought it would be, although I wish I didn't have to buy all these bases and we could just work on one base and talk about sort of all of the numbers. But anyway, this is how we profit craft. Let's go. So 3. Nice roll. We've only seen one 100% lightning damage. Another rare roll. Oh, there's another one. I think we're in the green. Oh, we're in the green. That's 7 divines each. We're in the green. Oh, God. Okay, so let's put our dead ones away. That one's gone. Bloody hell, every time. It's because I'm not... Do you know what? Trash ones needs to be a different colour. Right, so let's org up. Regal up. Ones with fire damage are basically as good as dead. Now that's dead. They've got really bad at like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. No point. That one might be worth an exalt. So might that. I don't think so with a tier 1 and a tier 4 lightning damage. All below tier 5. Tier 1 lightning damage. Not worth wasting the exalts on some of these. Okay, so that's got 3 modifiers that go together. Work for the build. And I'm going to say that... Okay, those 4 may be worth an exalt, right? So let's go to our crafts. See what we get. Low mana roll. Not worth keeping on going. Build suffixes. Roll that we didn't need. Actually, I don't think it's worth spending any more on those. We'll just put those in the trash. A lot of trash coming out of this. Alright, let's keep going. 1. Oh, another +1. +3. +2. 105. That's our second plus 100%. That's nice. +1. +1. Oh, I think that's our worst inventory yet. Oh, so much is going immediately in the trash. Like nearly all of them. Oh, horrible. Horrible rolls. Alright, so what are we working with? Okay, so we're just auging. Going. Going. Crash. Going. Going. Crash. Pretty trash. Don't even waste the regal. Oh, it's a shame. Oh. Oh. No, do you know what? Trash. Trash. They're trash. It's trash. If we'd just hit the fire damage on it, it's not worth going, even though it's got a high roll. Lightning damage. Not worth it. Not worth it. Put it straight away. Put it straight in the bin. They're ready for Dustbin Doriani. Cool. Need another big hit. Come on. Already spread the odds. Oh. No big hits there. Ooh. Nice. You can hit something else on it. Cast speed being a very, very sought after. This build that we're trying to make this one for. So let's go there. That's fine. Spell damage is fine. That's probably worth an exalt. No! I think we've got a number of bricks there. Yeah, tier 1, tier 1, tier 3. Put it away. Tier 4, tier 4, tier 4. Oh. Okay. Bricked. Tier 4, tier 1, tier 3. Not worth it. So tier 6 lightning damage. Did it hit lightning damage? Lightning skill spells? Didn't hit it. Waste of exalts. That was a gamble there. I don't think. Low mana roll just kind of kills it. The suffixes aren't great. The increased mana regeneration is okay. They're like they're suffixes that aren't terrible for the wand, but they're not the ones that you really want for the max damage and to get the most out of the build. So I'm just not going to waste any more exalts on that. Right, and here we've got. I think that's dead already. Try that one. Now it's dead. And that's got nice lightning damage on it. And spell damage. So let's see what we can do with this one. One more hit. If it hits it now with a tier 12 mana on it. You opened the whittling away that mana regeneration. Hit the lightning skill damage, that would be like a 50 div wand. But anyway, it's trash. Because it doesn't have the one skill we really need on it. I find a bit more okay sort of gambling with these bases. Gambling up a bit further with the more expensive bases. Because if you do hit, it's actually worth. It's gonna be worth it. Also, it feels really bad just to be trashing like 20 exalt bases almost. Let's get the last of those out. These. Last of those. couple more stacks of exalts. Get out the greater essences, just in case we decide to go all the way with some of these crafts. I mean, we should with at least one of them, right? So +3, +1, 81, 3, 1, 2, +1, +1, +3. Oh, is that our worst? That might be the worst one. That might be the worst one. I'm going to click on the wrong tabs every single time. So sorry, guys. Just such... Oh. Ugh. Alright, let's see what else we can get. Nothing. Nothing of any good. What about that one? What does that become? I'll just regal them all. No. Nope. Just... That one maybe we could slam an X on, like... Nope. Okay. So our last ones before we will do a check-in on the price, see where our profit is now, and then see if we go up or down. We continue through this process. Here come the last 8. Right. Let's see what they were. Rubbish. Rubbish. I mean, they're not rubbish, but... Right, only one dead one there. Minor technical hitch. I did not order an Uber Eats, but one arrived, but I didn't want it. I gave it back. My neighbour. Right, let's go. Wrong spells. And that's the first chaos spells we've seen. So, this one goes. This one goes. Goes. Try keep up our regaling. Most things have become terrible. Try tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Wrong. The fire damage just basically killed it. The mana regen and light radius is just... It pains me, and the life per kill not needed. So these things really can just go in the bin. The ignite... Okay, let's just... For the hell of it. That's a nice cast speed. +5. Burning exalts. Damn it. And there we go. So they are all of our bases crafted to the point where the crafts are either bricked, or we've got them to a point where they are saleable to a greater degree than what we've got. So give us a second, and we shall have a look at the spreadsheet and see where we're at. Right, so here we are. The numbers have been added up, and this is how we've done it. Gone on, we've found +4 lightning skills. These are selling for 15x. It's fine. So I put our price down as 15x. Good. On 5 ones, we've gone and looked for the first ones available that have just the +5. They're going for 7. So we've priced that at 7 divines, 833 exalts at the current exchange rate. And for our last one, we've gone and found similar things. So looking at these ones, there's not that many available that have this set of stats at 2 spell skill levels. There's a few that are similar-ish around... These are kind of similar, these two. So I'm going to price it at the lower of the two, and we've priced it at 50x. I'm going to do the low-end pricing so that we're not overinflating, or trying not to overinflate profit at any point. So with that in mind, that total comes up to 2,609, which if we look at our costs, our costs are 2,233. We've still got actually quite a few of these, we've got the Greater Essences left, we've got half of our slams, so actually... You can say that this cost at the moment is only down to about 2,070. Therefore, our profit is looking to currently be about 530 exalts. And this is currently taken, as well as I've been talking about it, I've not been rushing it, right? You could do this a hell of a lot faster. It took me 27 minutes to buy the ones, buying them in bulk off of the trade website. I recorded the time here. Although I collected some of them and it took me ages, but that would have taken just 30 minutes if I'd brought the last ones. That's fine. You can get those in 30 minutes. You could do this craft in 10. So at this point, you would be looking to make somewhere around 4 divs in 40 minutes, so a div every 10 minutes doing this profit craft. At the moment, with the current margins, if you got my luck, which isn't actually that much over luck, we're about 2.3% chance of getting this. We didn't hit it lucky on any others, but anyway, let's move on with the next part of our craft. So we'll start with our 4-slot ones, and we'll see if we can hit something better. I'm going to craft these things through. We're going to see if we can make something really good, or if we just end up with a load of bricks that aren't worth anything. Well, we'll see. We'll see where we get them to. Let's start with the 4s. So the first thing we're going to do is aug these. That's the only thing we can do, and we're going to hope. That's nice. It's okay. It's okay. Right. Every single one of those has hit something at least relevant. This one's hit really nice with a tier 10 mana. So this one we're going to put back in because that's worth price checking again, I reckon. That may well have gone up in price. That's a low mod. I think we just keep going ourselves on that one. That's a low mod. We keep going ourselves on that one. That is also a high mod on the mana. Tier 9. So I think we price check this one. We see if our profit's gone up. Okay, so on these ones, they're not worth doing anything particularly special with, so we will just regal them. Cast speed. A super low mana roll. So that one we're just going to exalt spam up and see if we get a bunch of other modifiers. We might be able to sell it for something. This one we're actually going to price check again at this stage. The reason being that cast speed modifier, although low, is... Well, we've got 2 low modifiers on those ones, so let's just keep slamming those up. Maybe we hit something good, maybe we don't. Let's go for the slams. So, spell damage, nice. Mana regen, not terrible. These are all low rolls, though. Extra damage is lightning damage. They're all the right modifiers, they're just shit rolls. Go again. Ah, life per enemy killed. Okay, well, we'll price check that one. That's a finished wand that may well yield us something. Keep going with you. 15 intelligence. Need, like, big spell damage. Extra lightning damage. Okay. So we've got 2 finished ones now. And we have 2 ones that are probably worth price checking again at the next stage. And then we'll see if this was worth it to take us on to an extra profit. However, yeah, this is another finished wand, but that one's price checked and done. Let's see what we can do with our big boy ones. Let's see if we're going to turn all this profit into bugger all. Here it comes, guys. This is it. Can't look. Okay, that's good. We were price checking that again. Ah, low roll. Okay. Tier 4 and a tier 3 there. That's a tier 4 mana. Okay, it's okay. 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 So I think we now price check all of these again and say, did we go up or did we go down? So we'll be back in a moment. Let's pull up the spreadsheet. Let's get these ones checked up and let's record where we are now. This is where we are now then, guys. We've got 3 crafts fully complete. None of them have come off particularly well. We've got the first craft we did here, priced at about 50. The second one, someone's selling at 20, but then there's a few more with stats. I think we could probably get 50 for it. We could put it up for 50. Someone might buy it. It's reasonably cheap. Someone will use it when they're first getting started with the build. And similarly for the last one, it's not great stats. Someone's got one listed for 50. This might be a bait. We might put it up and get completely spammed, and actually this is worth 1 div or 2 div, but just to err on the side of caution, I've priced it at 50. And if we look at the rest of what we've got a 4 plus with tier 9 mana, that's coming in at 30. A 4 plus with tier 10 mana, that's coming in at 35. Funny how the market price is like that. We've got 5 plus with tier 3 extra lightning, that's coming in, well, there's actually, so this is interesting. I think there's a bit of price fixing going on at this point, and I'll show you why. We have got none at the tier 3 layer, and we have 1 at the tier 4 layer. But this is a really well sought after piece, and this is probably a bot or a sniping or a bot account name. They're normally something like that. Sorry if that is actually your real name and you're watching this, I'm really sorry, but my assumption is this is a bot, so I've priced them slightly higher, knowing that this is a sought after piece. So I've priced 1 at 10 and 1 at 9, going similarly to how it went with the ones that are priced on Exalts. I think that's probably about accurate. So if we sold at this point, we would be looking to make about, at this point, probably about a 10 divine profit, which hasn't taken very long. However, we're not done here, are we? There's definitely guaranteed a lot more profit we can make, and we're going to do that. So we're going to get out all of our wands at this point, and we're going to arrange them and then talk about them. So these first two here, I think we can just risk it all, right? They're not worth too much. So we will just regal them. See if we get something good. Great. Not so great. And then we're going to exalt this one all the way. Good. There are 4 really good modifiers there. Oh my god. I'll tell you what. That's a nice looking one, that. That's probably worth some divines, and that's a finished craft. Good. As our finished craft. Now, this one, I think we keep going, right? Fine. Extra damage as lightning. Extra spell damage. Do you know what? Both of those might be worth a little bit in their finished states. We will definitely price check them to see if we've gone up or down on 30 and 35. I would imagine with a roll of a... Well, we've got a tier 1 and a tier 2. At least they're in the right place. We've got tier 7 cast speed and critical hit chance for spells. Not the greatest there on the critical hit chance for spells, but not a dead mod. Cast speed's looking really good. Plus 4 skills. They're 2 really good mods, plus the mana. There's 3 sought after mods there. We'll have to see what we're pricing. And on this one, we've got the tier 10 mana. We've got the tier 6 spell damage. We've got the tier 8... Well, life per enemy killed is completely pointless. So we've got a dead mod on this one, but we've got a tier 10 mana, tier 6 spell damage, and the plus 4 skills. Probably going to be worth a lot. Now, we might not go all the way with these ones that we've got here, and I will tell you why. So, we have saved these Greater Essences of Electricity, which can guarantee us getting a lightning modifier on these, and there's only one left. Increased lightning damage. So we're going to get increased lightning damage on these mods, giving them 3 mods that they need. At that point, it might just be worth us selling them. We're going to see if we can find something that looks like that. Let's go. 69%. Tier 5, Tier 5, Tier 5, Tier 4. That's... Okay, it would have been better if it was over 100. And then a Tier 3 there. So, but at least we guaranteed our lightning. So we will check in on those and see if we've gone up or down on profit on those. We will likely sell those at this point because I think it's going to cover the cost of everything. On this one, I think we'll go for a bit of a more of a risky approach. We could guarantee a lightning thing, but we've already got a pretty bricked mana roll on there. So let's just, well, no, do you know what? At this point, I wouldn't spend any more. We're going to get 4 divines back on this, and I think that's probably the place to leave this one. Actually, there's no point in risking a regal. We're probably going to hit something terrible. We've got more of a chance of hitting something terrible than something good. And at the moment, someone will still pay, actually, 5 divines for that. So let's keep that as a finished wand as well. And then let's go and once more price check the last parts of our crafts. I think I am going to sell at this stage. I'm not going to try and hit the one-arm bandits with the exalts. I'll let someone else do that. Because these should hopefully both be good profit. But back in a moment, and let's have a look. All right. Crafts are complete. And we're going to work out the prices together. And we're going to put them in the spreadsheet. See, I think this is the optimal place to stop for the craft. I think we've probably made the most profit here. So, let's take a quick look at where we are. So, we've got a few crafts going on now. We've got... I'll try and make sure we can get everything on the screen. If I put them all like this. Going from bottom to top, then it's a strange way to do that. But we should be able to see all of this. Should be able to see all of the things. Okay, good. Right. So, our first wand is 4 slot. It's got 4 desirable skills, being damages extra lightning, spell damage, maximum mana, and lightning spells. 2 dead spells. And it doesn't have cast speed, which is one of the most sought after, so our search is looking for those 4 things within our acceptable bounds. I've had to adjust them to make sure we get some results, and we are looking explicitly for not cast speed. Mana's probably the next most sought after skill here, so I've organised them on mana. This one's been listed for a few days, so I think this might be a price fix. I'm not sure, though. There's a few wands around here at a good sort of price, and my honest opinion is I think this is probably worth... Conservatively, 4 divines, 5 divines. I think this 20 is way overpriced. I think the 8 that was knocking around is way overpriced. That 5 seems kind of realistic. So I'm going to put this one in at 4 divines. It's going to be, this is craft number 4 on the 4 plus here. So that's 119 times 4, which is 476. These are not necessary for that one. Then we're on to craft number 5. So craft number 5 is a bit better. That's this Apocalypse Song Wand. It has increased cast speed, which is very desirable. It has slightly lower mana, however. We look in here. Again, there's not any with the mana roll that we've actually got, but people are coming in about 6 divines. I think with the mana roll that we've got, this is quite a low one at 2 divines. I think it might be a price fix again, I'm not sure. But there's not many like this. I think with the stats it's got, has got low damage rolls. I think I again would conservatively price this at about 4 divines. So that's what it's going to go in as. We are going to try and sell these. And if you guys want to guess how much they actually sell for, comments. I will make a short video where we uncover all the sales and we have a look to see how wrong or right I really was. Oh, how wrong or right you were. Indeed. Right. Let's go on to number 3. Now, this is where things start to get a little bit abstract. This is why it could be a fun guessing game, guys. So there are no ones like this up for sale. There are, well, let's have a quick look and show you what I mean by that. So there are ones up for sale with these 3 stats. There are no ones up for sale with just these 3 stats and 3 open prefixes, so ready to craft. Therefore, these ones could be anything. They could turn into one of these shit 3 divine ones. But you quite rapidly start getting back into your 7s, 8s, 9s. And these still haven't got great things on them. They've managed to pick up sort of cast speed. But they haven't got... The damage rolls aren't quite as good as ours. Still not getting into good stuff. Still not really. This low cast speed roll, like... That's got a good cast speed roll, but... As soon as you start to get into really good rolls, the prices start to go up. Cast speed, decent mana rolls. That's the one, right? It's bringing in these decent mana rolls. If you can hit one of those, which it's got it's got opens for those. You still have opens for that prefix. Then all of a sudden you're up to about 20 divines. So we're going to price the well-rolled one at 12 and the not-so-well-rolled one at 10. I think that is reasonable for these 2 ones. So that's what they're going to go in as. We're going to bust out the calculator for this one, of course. And then we're going to do 12 times 119, which is 1428. That's the T4, so that's 1428. And I should have saved the other number because now I can't remember it. Of course I can. It's 10, so it's 1190. That's the current X to div trade ratio. That's what we're going at. And we're going to keep the tier 4 mana where we are. So by my accounting here, if everything here sells, which I do believe it should sell around these prices, maybe a div or 2 short. We'll have to see what happens with the 3s. As I said, I can't see anything that sells like that. I could put these up for the price I put them up and they could snap, or they couldn't sell at all. If they don't sell at all, I might make a short recrafting them. Anyway, so by my reckoning, I would imagine that we have made somewhere in the region of about 20 divines doing this craft off of a 20 divine investment. And that was quite lucky. We got one more tier 5 one than we probably should have out of that number. But if we took off one of those tier 5 ones, any one of those, we're still making about a 9 divine profit. So it looks like it's pretty good divines per hour if you've got the capital to invest, even now that the margins are closing up. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. Hope it was informative. Hope you've learned a couple of things about crafting. I certainly learned a few things about crafting going through and preparing for all this. So yeah, a lot of fun. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button, and hope to catch you in another video or on a live stream soon. Have a good one.